to Hollywood Squares.
Hey, and we're live. Look, the little red button is up there saying we are live. We have Will Mass in the house from Rock Metal Radio. I've heard of that station. It's Saturdays, right? Saturdays.
It sucks. Don't bother listening to it.
Really?
Really?
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've heard it was okay. What's up, Will? How you doing tonight?
Good, brother. How are you, man?
Wonderful. Will is the guest host today. You know, we got Babylon Shakes in the house. We have Jeff Mortimer, who is the foundation, the drummer of the band. What's up, Jeff? How are we doing tonight?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, yeah. And we have none other than a couple days ago, it was your birthday.
It was.
It was Chris Clark's birthday. It was Chris Clark Day. I mean, yeah. The architect, the brains behind the organization, the man, Chris Clark is here tonight. What's happening, buddy? How we doing tonight?
Man, doing wonderful. Thanks for having us, man.
Oh, hell yeah. I always gotta spread the love to one of my favorites, you know. Jeez. You guys are out there doing your thing, and we just try to get the word out to do your thing.
This would be our calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I noticed.
Yeah,
and I noticed you got dates. You got what, 6 or 7 dates going on real soon?
Probably
starts tomorrow.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, and then we go through. I need to add one in November that we just snagged too. So
nice.
Yeah, it's really starting to fill up. Everything just like happened at one time, which is great.
Oh hell yeah! Everything it just hits, and then you're done. I mean, you're just going. Mm-hmm. Okay, Chris Clark.
Yeah,
everybody knows the guy behind the mic. Everybody knows the guy with the guitar in his hand. They see you on stage. They say, "Hey, that's Chris Clark." Not a lot of people know the guy off stage. Not a lot of people know what makes Chris Clark tick, what your hobbies are outside of music. Tell us, who is Chris Clark? Who is this guy? Except for just all that hair and all that sexiness, who is Chris Clark?
And look at this cool shirt. This is one of my birthday presents.
Nice. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Gosh, outside of music.
I mean, is there outside of music? I don't know, yeah, but there is a little bit.
The 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Chris Clark is basically, I mean, I still do a lot of like graphic design, but my main gig is interactive design, coding, and updating websites. Just total, kind of geek stuff. But it's what I've always done, and I really enjoy it. But the music side really lets the whole creative spirit part of me really just come out, and that's what really kind of excel.
Well, you are a hell of a graphic artist. I mean, geez, I go to you for anything except for my except for the little announcing the bands that I'm doing, because them are really, really, really terrible, and they're just I don't know the word. They're not professional. But like my page and most of the stuff Bradley uses, I mean, Will uses, is all Chris Clark stuff, man. I mean, you are fantastic at what you do.
Thank you. I've been doing that since I was 21. Yeah, I started 21.
So that's 6 months now. That's pretty good.
It's been a couple of days of doing that, huh?
Yeah.
You know what's funny about those when Chris does these designs, whether it be show posters or whatever, it's almost like, Mike and I talk about, we all talk about it a lot, how, musicians are they have a signature sound, like, when you hear them, who that is. Well, it's funny now because Chris's work's been out there so much with the graphic design that when I put up a flyer, somebody will immediately, without even, knowing that, obviously, whenever I need something, I usually call Chris, but most people now identify that it's Chris's work. I mean, just based on the the character or based on the, oh God, here's another one. Get out of here.
Loves it.
But yeah,
I'll be honest with you. All of those would be me tonight with my cats, so I don't feel bad.
dude, this is, I told her no cats and I got two.
Hey, does she live? Do
Surprise.
women ever listen?
No.
No.
But no, what I'm saying is that Chris's artwork is just like his music playing. It's like, it's Chris's when you see it or hear it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. You're getting a little well known there, buddy, by everything you're dabbling in, which is good.
That's
Exactly.
awesome. Yeah.
The band, the graphics,
Yep.
the hair. I mean, it's all there. It's
Hey,
like
Jeff's
a
got
total-
hair too, you know.
I know Jeff's got a lot of hair. I mean, he's got some long hair. I mean, last time I saw Rocklanta, I mean, it wasn't that long. Now it's like, what? You know, hey,
That was a minute ago. Yeah.
that was a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a great show. Just
Mhm.
stressful, but it was good.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about you, man. Who the hell are you? By day, what's your gig?
I don't know.
Who are you?
I like to keep things a little bit. I'm not as literal as Chris is. I like to keep things a little more mysterious. However,
There you go.
I will tell you this: over the pandemic, I bought a midlife crisis car. I bought a
There you go.
2020 Dodge Challenger.
Nice.
So I I enjoy working on that. Just got our first oil change this past weekend. So I like to go shooting when I can. I don't have a lot of firearms. In fact, I have none. But I have friends that do, and I do like to go shooting.
Oh hell
So,
yeah.
those are the two things I probably do when I'm not playing music. But the thing is, it takes up so much of your time, and you have to be really disciplined with it because we're not playing every night. You really have to respect it and really practice it a lot. We probably as a band probably practice, and obviously individually, more than we probably ever have our entire lives because we live so far away and different. Not that far away, but far enough where we don't get together and practice, every week or twice a week like some bands do.
Right.
But we have to do our homework, and so we just practice a lot and all the time, to stay in game shape, so to speak.
Now, how far are you and Chris away from each other?
It was about 4.5 hours, something like that.
Whoa.
Like that.
Wow.
He's in Burlington, North Carolina, and I'm in Woodbridge, Virginia, which is like 45 minutes outside of downtown DC, south of there.
Damn. I
And then-
thought we're a lot closer than that.
Cast a wide net.
Yeah, now you got to have a new bass player that's even twice as far as that, isn't it?
Yeah. Where is he
Yeah.
located?
He's
Well,
Philadelphia.
he's in the
Oh,
Philly area,
crap.
but actually it kind of makes sense because we play up north a lot, and
Right.
what we try to do is we're in the process of trying to get shows situated so we don't have to pay for hotel costs as much, so we can just stay at each other's houses. So up north we can stay at his house in theory. Most of the time it works. When we play
Right.
down south, it's either Gary's or it's at Chris's. And then like this weekend we're playing in Frederick. Tomorrow night we're playing in Billikens in Frederick, Maryland. Plug. And the following night we're playing at Tim's River Shore, which is really close to me. So
Nice.
it kind of works. And where we rehearse and where we record our studio is Gary does all the engineering and the recording. We practice it is the good graces of his wife and his family put up with us and we're like a bunch of stray animals, speaking of which.
Speaking, perfect.
It's he's kind of centrally located, so it works out well.
Nice. Now, okay. I think we need to expand your friend base or your add more band members so that like you have like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. Let's because I did notice. I wasn't gonna bring this up till later, but you led right into it. You guys you have your core. Okay, your core is in Baltimore. Jersey area, North Carolina, Virginia. What's going on to expand that? Is there, Chris, is there anything? What are you looking to expand? Because I know you're going to have the new album hit, and you got two really good songs off of it already that I am absolutely impressed and cannot wait for the whole thing. But what are you doing to expand, like to get into Georgia, Florida, and even parts west, Kentucky, Nashville, these other parts? What are we doing?
We've been talking to several different people. I've got actually got a contact now in Central South Carolina, kind of around Clemson University, and that guy is a promoter, and he wants to kind of get us into that area. What we're thinking now is first and foremost just finish the album, mix, master, release it for the holidays. We'll release a vinyl, have a vinyl record, and that'll be December-ish, and then 2022 we really just want to just completely push, get out there, hit South Carolina. We'd love to get into like Charleston, Columbia, Savannah, Georgia areas,
Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm. And we're also members of there's another podcast called the All Blues and Southern Rock podcast. Great bunch of guys, and they have a lot of connections in Huntsville, Alabama. There's a club there. I think it's Jeff probably knows better than I do. Sidetracks. That's really popular.
And, there's one other one I can't remember the doggone name of it off the top of my head, but it'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah. We want to definitely kind of branch, into those areas in 2022 and
right, bigger
markets. Definitely New York. New York may happen this year. We've kind of got something going on in the fire there, but yeah, I think as soon as we get the album, everything finished up, everything sent in, vinyl released by the holidays, then we really are going to concentrate on getting out there and promoting for a good part of 2022.
You're trying to do it right.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Do the record, get that out step by step, instead of being out there doing the thing and then the record suffers. The recording process sucks because you try to push it too much. You don't spend enough time on it. I mean, what the hell's going on there? Stop it.
The vertigo setting.
Technology.
Double square.
Right. Hey, Will, you got anything? Want to say anything? Except I love cats.
I can't even, this is just dumb. I can't. I mean, this is.
Let me show you my asshole. There it is.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's it. Spray bottle's coming out.
He likes you, man.
This is what you use.
You gotta be nice. He loves you.
Watch this. Watch when he gets close. There it goes. All gone.
Dude. Wow.
All the PETA people will be on me now.
Oh yeah, they're all done with you.
That'll be all right. So I do have a question regarding your new bass player, Chris. I know Chris.
Hold on. What? He just commented because this is Chris Henrico. That's Chris Henrico. I got this pulled up over here. I usually pull it up so I can see who Facebook user is. Sometimes it don't come through right. But yeah, speaking of Chris, there's Chris. But anyway, Bill, go ahead.
So Chris, I know is somebody that, I mean, because of you guys gigging up north a lot and all, and I know that you have history with Chris prior to him joining the band. I know you guys tried out, I think it was one or two other bass players briefly, and then you decided on Chris. Is that something you guys had talked about before working together with him? I mean, I know, again, because I know there's a friendship there. So I was just kind of curious how that all came about.
I think, we tried one other person, and it wasn't a culture fit for us. And Chris was always somebody like right at the top, in the back of my mind. It was like I know he gets it. He looks the part. He knows the songs. He's got the history. I mean, he loves the Faces, the Stones. He's right there with us, in step with what inspires us. And the only thing, you know, that hindered us immediately, like grabbing him and going after him, was the geography.
Right.
But we finally, he came to see us play, I think, at Bar 13 back in March.
Yep.
And we had the best time. I mean, we hung out at the bar all night with he and Joe, the drummer for Spencer and the Elegant Blackouts, and we had a ball. And I was, I was serious when I told him. I said, "You come join our band," you know. And we
get in the van.
Yeah, we didn't think much about it. And at the time, you know, back in March, we had no idea what this year was going to look like. You know,
right.
with COVID, so we really hadn't planned a lot. We were kind of thinking we got all the time in the world to go back to Stanton and finish the record. We'll take it easy, you know, we'll take a lot of time finding the right person. But I think, I don't know, maybe a month after that show in March, Chris text messaged me out of the blue, said, "Hey, I want you to know I've learned Seven Sisters and Halo.
Nice.
Anything else?
Nice.
You throw me any other songs." And I told the guys, I'm like, you know, unsolicited, the guy has learned all our material. And we kind of decided then, let's, you know, we can work out distance, because we play up north all the time.
Right.
So
Yeah, if you back up about a year, just before the pandemic hit, we had a show in Atlantic City with his band, and we liked each other's bands right off the bat, and stylistically, we really dug them. That's really the sound what we were kind of looking for, and he kept in touch with us, all of us individually. You know, he and I would just chat up. Reach out to all the other guys too. So he really, you know, he really kind of started a friendship even when we first started playing. So we knew he was a good guy and he could play. So, and I think with us, you know, getting a fourth guy, I think in the very beginning we had such good chemistry that we weren't going to settle. You know, we had guys that could come in and could play the notes or maybe have the look or whatever, but they didn't have everything that we needed. He's, you know, just when he got in the room when Chris started playing with us, we were like, man, I was kind of like, man, you sure you want to play with us? You know?
Wow.
Yeah. He knew his stuff, and he was very engaged with the band. It just fit, you know?
Good. And that's what you look for. You look for that chemistry. You look for that connection, you know, especially the drummer and the bass guy. I mean, you need that. You need that. You got that bottom end, and when you guys can look at each other and bam, you're right there. And then, you know, he's got the drive. He's already learning your songs. He's already, you know, he's bugging you. You guys ain't going out looking for him. He's like, "Hey man, I'm here. You know, that's motivation. That's
and Spencer and Blackouts, Joe, their drummer. I mean, him and Joe, they're like brothers, man. They're like brothers. I mean, they go back, and they have a very unique relationship just that way. So for him to kind of leave that and go with us, is like, okay, he's serious. I mean, it's flattering, because Joe is a very good drummer and a great guy. So,
well, now that
a lot of great people up there,
right.
Now that he's in the band, who gets to wear the red pants? I couldn't resist, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's an inside joke to most of them.
There we go.
But
a lot of people don't know that story. They don't know the story of the pants.
Let's bring it.
The traveling Yaya sisterhood of the red pants, or whatever.
Right.
Spencer and the Elegant Blackouts is a pants thief.
Pants thief. That's
So we're backstage, and I'm getting my wardrobe, and I was changing clothes, and I had taken these red. I play. Okay, let me back up. Okay, what we're talking about is they're these red velvet bell bottom pants. Okay,
yes.
they're maroon. They're almost identical to what Chris Robinson wore in the video Remedy. If you've seen that video,
Yes.
and those pants, they're like those, right? Just trying to paint you a picture. Anyway, I had taken them out and I'd gotten, my clothes kind of lined up, and I guess I went to the bathroom or something. And I came back, and I guess Spencer was in there during that time and thought that it was like a scarf or some shit for him, right? He thought it was a scarf. So he just takes it and goes, "Oh, well, what did I do leaving that out?" Because apparently he had a velvet scarf that was the same color. Of course, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So I go back and I'm like,
Oh, my pants.
where the hell my pants? The whole time I'm OCD that way. Everything drummers, they have to have everything a certain way. I'm just like that. And when something is missing, it drives me nuts. Like, if you ever want to drive me crazy as a joke, I'm sorry, I would just expose myself there. But you hide something else. Where the hell is it? It was just there a second ago, right?
Oh my God.
So fast forward about, I don't know, like a week later, Chris is like, oh no, I think it was Spencer. I think emailed me or something. Says, hey, you sent a picture. Do you know whose these are? And I go, yeah, fucker, those are mine.
Mine.
Those are my favorite fucking pants. I don't even wear them. I'm gonna lose them again. So I was like, yeah, they're mine. So there was a whole joke going for a year, because I said, and he goes, well, and he felt bad. He was like, hey man, I'm sorry about that. I thought it was like a scarf or some shit of mine. And he goes, should I just go ahead and mail them to you? And of course, this is right before the pandemic, right before it. And I went, nah. I said that's an excuse for us to get together and play again. I said, nah, don't worry about it, man. And of course, COVID hit. So we had a good 8 months of just ball busting each other about the freaking pants. That's how that started. And then Chris, he gave Enrico the pants. Then he started going, hey, look what I got. I got the pants. And apparently it was their band mascot. It was their band mascot there for a while. But Chris would be able to tell you better than I would.
I had to bring it up. I'm sorry.
No, it's funny. It's a good story. Make it up, man.
Now, do we have the pants back yet?
Yeah.
Oh, we have them now?
Well, they're I can go get them. I can show you if you really want to see them. But yeah.
Glad you have pants now.
He's like, no, I'm good.
Need you with pants. Please.
Well, you know what they say, man. When I come inside, when I come home,
here we go.
The pants come off. Anyway, all right.
Don't stand up. Don't do it.
Please don't stand up.
Yeah, maybe go ahead and do it anyway. What the hell?
Now, Halo. Let's talk about Halo, because I love it. I think it's a great song. It is such a... It's different than anything you guys have ever done. I mean, this song is different. And I got to say, this is my favorite. I mean, my favorite of your whole catalog. This absolutely does it for me. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel the same way. I'm not saying anything about the other music. I'm not saying anything sucks or anything like that. But this one is just, it grabs me. The vocals are unbelievable. The music is unbelievable. The harmonica in there, it just fits. It's just, where'd this song come from? Because this is so unlike you. I mean, really, this song is so unlike you. So where did this song come from?
Oh, wow. This was, gosh, you know how sometimes you can, when you start to write a song, you can begin and you might start with a guitar riff. You might have a line of a chorus or an image or just something that sparks you. This song was like a gift. I mean, I was upstairs in my music room, just kind of where I just play and create. And this is back the height of the pandemic, probably April of last year. And I was just I just had this progression that I just kept playing over and over again, and I got to a chorus part. It's the same chord progression over and over again. It just keeps building and building. It's something we've never really done before. We usually have other different parts that we add in, choruses and bridges and things that separate parts of the music. But this is like one section that just goes and builds. But I just kept hearing. I knew I was going to call it something Broken Halo because I kept singing that. I would come to this one part of the song and I kept singing it. And it just I just sat down one day. I think Margie was out of town in Pennsylvania. I had like a weekend to myself, and I just closed the door and just sat down with the guitar. I had a piece of paper and a pen, and it just literally it came. It just was like the hand of God, just like, here you go. Here's the rest of that. So I just sat down and I started writing the verses, and it's a sad song. It's about watching another couple go through a breakup. You can see it from the outside, but you really don't know what's going on inside. But you feel it. It's these people are hurting, and they're suffering. And yeah, it was just a brilliant gift. It was perfect. It all happened in one day, just in a matter of an hour, I would say.
And you said, it was like God, helped you pen it. I mean, Robert Plant said the same thing about Stairway to Heaven. It's like somebody pushed my pen for me.
Yeah.
God pushed my pen for me. It's like, I know you love the Led Zeppelin reference there, Will. So
I'm not gonna. Hey, this isn't about me.
And I was wondering where that came from because, man, it's just, I love it. I think it's great.
Thank you. We really, when I shared that demo with the guys, I think everybody was really blown away with it. And I know when I played it for Margie for the first time, she'll hear something and she'll be like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." She heard that and she was like, "Oh my God, that's you? That's you doing that?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I know, right? I mean, it's hard to, because you have this voice we all recognize. I mean, everybody has that voice you recognize, but then there's times when that person, no matter who it is, will go down and do something. I want to say soft, but it's not really soft. It's actually more powerful to me. Hearing you sing that way, that it's got more emotion in it, more passion in it. I think that's why I got drawn into this song, because I was like, Jesus Christ, this is great. This is kind of a side of Chris that we don't see very often. I mean, or ever have. And I think you just pour out in this song so much, because it's got such feeling. It's like you said, you feel what the other couple's going through. You feel what they're going through, but you don't know. It's just, it's just, wow. One of them gifts, like you said, one of them just songs that it could define a career. I mean, the more people that hear this song, are going to be on board. I did notice on YouTube that one's got the most hits of any one of your songs. I mean, it's got like,
I saw that too. Yeah.
I was like, wow, people are, I check YouTubes every now and then, and I looked at it again today, and I'm like, wow, this song is going, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have Chris Carroll wants to know. I mean, you're not going to know who this is. It says Chris Carroll. Oh, wow. It does say his name. Wow. For once, it says somebody's name. With two Chris's in the band, how do you guys plan to ever know who you are talking to?
Gary's already solved that.
Gary's already solved that.
Yeah. In our group thread, he calls Chris Herninko Hanky. I don't know where that
Hanky,
what it means. Gary just like
Hanky.
That's his name.
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas food.
Maybe, yeah.
And that must be okay. I think this is Chris Jordan here. because
Calm down, Hanky.
they're all going in here. This one here. This is the other Chris. This is Hanky calling somebody an ass, and this one, I don't know, man. These guys, they don't want their names out there. You guys need to have your names out there so we can call you the fuck out. I mean, they're hiding behind Facebook user in here. Before the end of the day, this is going to be a 2-piece band. You got 2 guys over here off their chains running around with no supervision.
Sounds like me and you, Mike.
Hey, sometimes that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. I don't mind it.
We've touched on this before, but I'll touch on it again. For those that aren't privy, which I don't think is anybody at this point, people are pretty much familiar with who you guys are and what where your starts came from. But if you all remember this,
oh yeah,
all right. That was back at the beginning. Photo by Chris Carroll, by the way.
Yeah.
That was back at the beginning when you guys were a 3-piece, and you were originally as Babylon Shakes. I gotta say, those of us that witnessed that first show, was it 2017, I believe, the BLE Holiday 6-pack,
December the 10th. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, yep. The date's on that too. That's when we all got introduced to you guys. It was your first show. You came in, you hit hard. That 3-piece, again, I'm a fan of 3-pieces, especially ones that can pull it off, that come across with the power and the stature you guys did come off with. Babylon Shakes went on for a while as a 3-piece. You guys switched it up, and you started doing Blouse Brothers, where you had Gary had switched over to guitar and you added a bass player. A little different than what Babylon Shakes was, obviously, why the renaming and rebranding and all that. And then a couple months ago, when you brought the brand back as Babylon Shakes, I was real adamant and real interested, because at first I think I messaged Chris and I was just like, okay, is this the name you're bringing back? Is it the sound you're bringing back? What's going on here? And Chris was like, oh, we're pretty much just bringing the name back. And then I heard the new stuff, and I was just like, and Chris, I've said this to you before, and I was blown away at how much of a culmination of the 2 projects, both the Blouse Brothers and the original Babylon, this current lineup, these current songs, and the rebranding of Babylon really is just an extension of both of those projects, in my opinion.
Right.
Both of those projects. And you've got the slower, more melodic, soft rock of the Blouse Brothers sound with that guitar-driven 70s arena style, just old school rock and roll. And I think it's, as much as I loved the first inclination of Babylon Shakes with the whole sleaze attitude,
vintage sleaze, if you please.
Right. And now it's vintage soul rock and roll.
Right.
And I got to say it, I've said it before, but this is another audience listening now. I think this is some of the best stuff you guys have done. I think it's so much in your wheelhouse of who you guys are individually, with your influences and with your, just the stuff that you like. This is the right spot for you guys to be in. I hope I hope it stays this way. Again, as big a fan as I was of the first inclination of Babylon, this is just insane, man. Insane. And it's ear candy. You know what I mean? It sounds good. It feels good when I listen to it. And it's just, it's amazing, man. Keep this up, guys, because I think this is the right vein for you, without a doubt.
Wait till you hear the rest of the record.
Oh, I can't wait. Trust me, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait.
We've really found our thing. I mean, we really have. I think when we first started, I mean, we were kind of it was a real quick thing. I met Jeff in 2017 at the Pastor Pussycat show, and
Bradley after party.
Yeah, within 2 months we were in Stanton in Gary's basement for the first time. And then I think maybe 2 months after that, we were on stage. I mean, it was rapid fire, and we learned. We worked really, really well together. Those Jeff and Gary are a tremendous rhythm section, so that allowed everything to grow very quickly, and we were off and running. And then as we got to know each other, as we really began to develop this friendship and become brothers, we started listening to other things. We realized, like, we like Southern rock, we like the Stones, we like the blues, we like soul, and we started playing acoustically together too, while we were trying to write other material. And all of a sudden it kind of it started to sort of formulate and change. And
I remember that aha moment. Yeah. I could write a book for the band, because I remember that. I remember the second I started I playing a musical mix, and it was, I think it was the Stones. It was like Brown Sugar. It's just that first riff when Chris turns around and goes, "Yeah, man, that's it." Because when we started the band, the difference between this record, the current record, and the first record, Exile from the Velveteen Lounges, it really was built on a really deep love for like early 70s style Aerosmith, like Hanoi Rocks, GNR, bands like that. That kind of, but really this band and the Stones, but it was really during the making of the first album I started realizing. And then I would play like the Black Crowes, and he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you like the Black Crowes too?" Stones, I'm like, "Well, yeah." And then, so the second record is that aha after that. Really, that's the difference between Exile and Vintage Soul Rock and Roll, which is what I think we're going to call the record.
That's a good title.
I like
Chris
it.
and I sometimes don't agree on, in a good way. We don't agree. Like, he considers this one our first album. I don't consider it our first album. I realized that a lot of that first record was a combination of stuff that he wanted to do years and years prior to that. Half of that record is that. The other half of the record is the chemistry that we had. And I think really that other half of us, Chris, is really like our love of the Stones. And then back to the new record, it's more of a love of, gosh, so many other things, like, gosh, I can't even, just Zeppelin and the Crows, but the Crows are kind of a newer band. But really, it was the Stones and the Faces, and Leonard Skinner, and Allman Brothers. Yeah, that's really the difference.
Different.
And I think those influences show more in this new stuff too. Like, really, you can hear them. Where before, again, like the first album was more of a, like you said, like a GNR sound, and that whole kind of a drive.
Well, it needed to be raw and hard and dirty, because there's just three of us, and we all really had to sing. We all needed to fill in to make up for the lack of not having a fourth person.
Right.
We had something to prove, and we wanted to be loud and raw and dirty and sweaty and hard, and we were.
You did it.
And this album, that album was kind of like, like you said, Chris wanted to get so much out. You all had stuff pent up, and you tried, kind of, lack for a better word, threw it together. It doesn't sound like that.
He sent the demos to me. He wasn't sure he was going to like it or not. I was going to like it or not. I loved it.
Right. But now, with this album, you guys have gelled for a little while. You guys have, 2-3 years now. You guys have been working together, and now this is yours. This is
Well, now we have a trusted foundation. Now we never imagined ever being a three-piece band, and there's nothing wrong with being a three-piece band. Some of the greatest bands of all time, in my opinion, are a three-piece band. I mean, Motorhead, Rush, Triumph. The list goes on and on.
Triumph, easy.
I even like Venom. So, but anyway,
nice.
But
that's crazy.
I had no idea, Jeff. That's awesome.
Wow.
We are all of our musical styles together is insane. We really do we like everything, really. But no, we wanted we want a big band. We want a keyboard player. We would love to find percussionists. We love to find female singers. We have a vision. Halo, especially back to Halo. I mean that was like, we have such. It had to be something really special because it was really a breakout towards thinking like that.
Mm-hmm. And Halo does it. I mean that. Good Lord.
That's powerful stuff, man. The new
stuff. That was one of the few songs that we ever did that I sat in pre-production and learned it, and we had a tempo set for it, and we changed it at the last minute or whatever. I can't even remember the reason why. And we played it, and I went back and I listened to it, and I said, it deserves better than that. I've gone, guys, I got to redo it. I said, I know I can play it better. That's one of the first songs I've ever gone, it sucks. I want to do it again.
Oh.
And then when I did that take, I was like, that's it. I got it.
Because I was listening to that. Mm-hmm. The drum track. I always listen to drum track.
I don't think we physically could have done that song 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It took so much growth over time and becoming brothers to really like pull all of this together.
Exactly.
I know I could not have sung that 3 years ago. It's taken a lot of growth and a lot of practice and sweat equity to kind of get to where we are. But I really, really feel like that song in particular is like the culmination of, okay, this is where we're going. We've put it all together and this is it. Here's the jumping off point, and the rest of the album is totally going to reflect that.
Nice.
I can't wait for that, dude. I can't wait.
I like the direction. Yeah. I love it. I'm on board. I'm all in.
Again, this current version of what you guys are doing, I think I said to Chris not long ago, I mean, I can see this band opening up for Marcus King. I can see this band opening up for the Crows or any of those, bluesy type, bands that are pretty popular right now. And honestly, I don't see anything stopping you guys from going to that level and doing that on a constant basis. The music, Mike and I say it all the time. We all say it all the time. The music speaks for itself. And you guys have really, really pinpointed your sound on this. And I can't say enough how much from what we've heard already. It's amazing, man. And I think for guys like Mike and I that have watched you from the beginning, and really, have a vested interest in what you guys are doing for us, it just makes it even, way cooler from that standpoint, because we have been around since the beginning of it. We've watched all the changes. We've watched, how you guys have evolved as a band. We may not be in the trenches with you, but we're right there on the outside and we can see it all. And it's been an amazing thing to watch, guys. It really has. And it's I'm stoked for December or whenever that release date is. I'm going to have a Merry Christmas to me present and buy
it.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah.
We remember the days of Last Call Messiahs.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Was a totally different project.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a totally different sound. And then it came to Babylon Shakes, and with the Blast Brothers, and now this version about this. Yeah.
I remember.
Enough said.
I remember when that project ended for Chris, and I don't know if Chris will remember this or not, but I had a conversation with him, and I said, Chris, it's time for you to get selfish. I said, it's time for you to write what's truly in your heart and do it your way. And luckily, he got involved with Jeff and Gary and found kindred spirits and
you found a kindred spirit.
Yeah. But the fact that you were able to find some guys that would allow you to be you and not say, no, don't write like that, or don't do that. That's not us, or you know what I mean?
Right.
That's been key to, your individual growth as well as your growth as a band, man. And I think you couldn't have found two better guys. And I'm not discrediting anything from Chris, just because he's a new. I'm talking about the core, which is the three of you. It's magical. You know what I mean? I guess that's the best way for me to describe it. Being an outsider looking in, it's very magical.
True friends support your growth. They will support you, and they're a huge part of that. And I mean, it just we wouldn't be where we are right now if it weren't. I mean, it took every single person to put these footsteps, behind us to lead to the right to this moment. And God, yeah, I could not be happier. And we're really I just feel every day it feels like we're just on the precipice of this, just something huge. And I think when this album comes out, it's going to be just a monumental statement. It'll just be something that's really going to catapult us to where we want to be.
Right.
Yeah,
I really do.
And you mentioned friends, they support you, but they're not always your yes men.
Mm-hmm.
You know that if we don't like something or a friend doesn't like something, they might pull you aside and say, "Hey, man," or when we can go fanboy when a good ass song like Halo comes out and be like, "Hey, man, that's fucking great," but when always, not always a yes man. You gotta sometimes tell people like it is so that they grow. So you do grow. If you surround yourself with yes men all the time, you're never going to grow. It's like, hey, is this good? Yeah, that's good. It might not be that good, but everybody tells you it's good.
It comes with maturity. I think we're all really just, of all the years of doing this, you realize that you're doing it for the love of music, and you do it for yourself first. Touching on what Will said, Chris 100% has done it for himself. But The funny thing is, we've all been able to just give wing. I've done things I've never thought I've ever done. Chris comes up with songs are just amazing. He's got so many songs that I haven't even gone through yet that I'm looking forward to putting something down. Gary, just as becoming not only switching instruments, being a great guitar player, but he's got a good musical vision of keyboards and just his producing and mixing now and working the boards and getting that, and all of us. But of course you want people to like your music. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It feels great you can call it a yes man, I guess, but there probably is some of that, but we don't really, we take it all in stride, because at the end of the day, we're our biggest critic and our biggest fans too. So
exactly.
We love it all. We love it all. That just because there is no music industry there, and we've turned it to our advantage. Okay, well, we'll make our own now.
There you go.
Exactly.
We're not signed on a label that says, no, I want you sleazy. I don't want you bluesy.
Right.
Or, no, I don't like that note. That's not for you. No.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So this is your band. This is what you want. It's not some label telling you, no, we're not going to pay you unless you do it this way. This is going to be your first single. No.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I would like to, just while we're on that subject, while I think about it, I just want to thank everybody that voted for Seven Sisters for it to be number one on 97 Underground. That was a big thrill for us.
Oh my gosh!
A big thrill. So I know you, Will, and and Mike. I know you're a big part of that too, and we really do appreciate it. But anybody who's on here listening, thank you so much, and that speaks volumes right there. So we had a lot of fun making that song.
It's good.
We are a community, man. We are a community that supports what we believe in. I mean, there's a lot of like-minded people out there. It's not just me. It's not just Will. It's a lot of people that surround us and surround the bands we love, national, regional, local. It don't matter. We support, and if we love them, we support them. And if they need our help with votes or whatnot to get that single out there and get it noticed, bam, we're on the train.
Yep.
What do you need?
Well,
you
Chris
know.
says it all the time. It takes a village. It really does. It takes guys like you guys for us all. Chris does graphic artists for countless other artists that you don't even know about.
Yeah.
T-shirts, posters, but we just stay humble and just, it takes a village. We all wouldn't get here. I look at it like a football analogy. I wouldn't be a great receiver if I didn't have a good quarterback, and vice versa. Quarterback is only
Exactly.
as good as his offensive line. It takes a village, man. It's a
Right.
team.
And if there's no fans in the stands, there's no team.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. You got to have fans in the stands buying the merch, buying the, they buy the jerseys. They you got to have it. It all comes together. And
and you guys make it easy from a fan standpoint to like what you do. Number one, the music's great, but in addition to that, anybody that's ever met any of you guys, I mean, the fact that you're genuinely awesome human beings makes it a lot easier, to not just like the music, but to like the whole thing as a whole. I mean, there's plenty of bands out there that are really good bands, for me personally, that I just don't really like them because, maybe they just have a bad attitude or, something like, and everybody has a bad day. I'm not trying to say that, everybody's out there as an asshole, but if you're just genuine, if you're just genuine human beings, that goes a long way with what you're trying to promote in your music. You know what I mean? If people understand that, the music's great, but man, look at how cool these guys are. You know what I mean? This is what they do on a regular, aside from their music. It makes it easy as a fan to really love your band. And I'll tell you, it makes it easy as a fan to help promote your band when you can, knowingly say in a post or on a radio show or an interview, hey, these guys are awesome. Really check them out. And hey, if you get the chance after their show, go up and hang with them, man, because they're totally down to earth guys. That goes a long way. And people tend to, most of the people that we all know love that about their artists, no matter what category or what's, where they are in that standing. If you're good people, they just want to hang out with you,
Right.
And you guys are that. You guys are totally that.
Right. At M3, I don't think I've said 2 words to Jeff ever. But at M3, he comes up, he's like, hey, Mike, I'm Jeff, and boom, we struck up a conversation. It's like, I'm a nobody. He's a drummer in a band. I like the band, and we're bullshitting. So
you call yourself a nobody again, I'm punching
I'm
the
a
face.
nobody, man. I ain't anybody. I'm just Mike fucking Badaracco. I just like to buy music and listen to it. God damn it.
I'm gonna punch you in your face and say that again. I'm just saying.
All I do is just get people together to talk. Nobody.
I think the thing there too is when you really truly love what you do. I mean, there's no tension at all. I mean, we absolutely, when we get together, the 4 of us, to do anything, if it's just rehearsal, if for a recording session, it's like we kind of haven't seen each other in a while, but it's like it's even better than a family reunion because we really like each other.
Right.
Families.
Exactly.
But we really honestly have a great time together. And I think that comes across, and there's no egos. We don't, we're no different than anybody that's, in the crowd watching us, or any of the other bands on the bill. We're just, we're human beings like everybody else. And
I feel like Mike sometimes. I that's probably why I'm not as outgoing too, because I'm a nobody. I'm the guy that sits behind everybody else. So I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm just simply saying that
it's humble.
There's a humbleness.
Being humble.
Maybe being humble to a fault at times, fine. But I'm lucky to be where I'm at right now.
Right.
In life, in general, as a person. This band they're good people. First of all, I would not play with these guys if they weren't good people first and foremost, because I'm not going to settle. And I think Chris and I were both in the same boat where we were about done. Mm-hmm. And we found each other and we just started talking about what we thought was lost in rock when we started it. And that doesn't mean that there's not any band out there that's doing it that isn't about rock. It's just, we felt like just another part that hasn't been done in a long time that we wanted to bring back. Just digging
Right.
back from the well of the early '70s stuff. But you know, we took a chance and said, all right, let's see if it sticks, and it did. We never looked back.
We're happy you did.
Yeah, man.
We're happy you did.
Yeah.
I mean,
It has been so much fun since 2017. The things that we have done, we feel successful in everything we've done, because everything we've made, we've looked back and been proud of and could laugh, and there's a good story behind it. Just memories that are just, it's like, wow, I really thought that at 50, I wouldn't feel like a 16-year-old kid again. It's like a quickening, it's like, it makes me want to get better. Just get better every day playing it.
right.
There's something else that just got brought to my attention too that also helps with a good band. You guys, your merch game is on fucking point.
On point.
Fucking point, dude.
Jesus.
Like, seriously, there are truly, and I'm not taking away from any other bands, and I'm not trying to like isolate, but there are 2 bands that I know of that are on point with their merch game, and you guys are most definitely one of them. Every time you guys put out a new piece of merch, between me and my lovely wife over there, it's like, oh, guess we got to buy some more. You know what I mean? It's
so Margie Clark and Marcy Jordan, it takes a village, man. They just heard us riffing or sitting over a glass of wine saying, man, why is it the same old black t-shirt? Not there's anything wrong with the same old black. I love this. One of my favorite ladies. Black t-shirt, but not to take anything away from black t-shirts, but like, no, I was a t-shirt guy. I always wanted to go that different color, just something just different, not just to be different.
Baseball tees.
Yeah.
It's something. But I have to give Marcy and Margie credit for those other ideas.
It's sometimes it's the women that stand next to us, guys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then Chris's artwork, which is always amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing. All you do is say, hey man, here's an idea. Can you just bring it to life? And I've done it to him. I've been like, here, dude, do that. And he comes back with like 5 minutes going, what do you think of that? It's like,
right.
We got more comfortable now where it's coming, because I wanted him to design a logo for a backdrop, one of our black backdrops and a bass drum logo head. And, he sends me such great stuff, and he does it with the band all the time. And I'm like, man, this is really cool. In the back of my mind, now I'm comfortable with him. Now I kind of go, yeah, but it would look better if you moved that.
He's smart. Like, I would have killed him.
Said this, I was like, man, I hate to be a doing it, but no, that's not right. Just a little bit more. And it's funny. He goes, no, I guess I do this all the time for people. He said, I don't care. I mean, he goes, do it where you're happy with it. And I'm like, this guy, really? I mean,
he's a giver, man. He's a giver.
He really is. Gotta love him.
That was one thing. I knew that was one thing when we started, and we realized, I think after we got going and we knew this band was going to work, and we were really sticking together, we were going to go far. One of the top priorities was like, okay, we've got to have really good merch. We've got to be like Faster Pussycat, strong merch. Social Distortion. Right. I think always look at both those 2 bands because they have the best wide variety of merch. And that was, we wanted right out of the gate to do that.
Did we lose our host? Where the hell did he go?
Dude, I can't believe you just brought up Social Distortion.
Look at that.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, this is one of my favorite things, man.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's just
see that? Now you need a Babylon Shakes action figure.
Yeah, Babylon Shakes, Chris Clark bobbleheads, and freaking Jeff Mortimer bobbleheads.
Jeff bobblehead would be really good.
Bobblehead with bubble arms. Yeah.
Great,
I'm in. I'll buy the first one. I'm in. Bobbleheads. Hell yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
You
look,
guys are-
Jeff's on board now. He says, not
No.
a bad idea.
I'm sure Marcy heard this and she's like, on it.
Yeah, I'm a huge Maiden
Sorry,
Kiss.
sorry.
I'm all about marketing. I appreciate I read all those books. So
Put in a call to Todd McFarlane. See if he can
Yeah.
make that happen.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Well,
yeah. When you look at like the best merch out there, I mean, even God, look at Motorhead or the Ramones. I mean,
Oh, easy.
it's as recognizable as McDonald's.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Maiden.
What a great
I mean,
analogy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Maiden just took that and just went. I mean, that was their whole career. Derek Riggs' artwork. It's
Yeah.
Dude, now they have an igloo cooler. Igloo coolers are starting to do stuff. And I got an email the other day that Iron Maiden has an igloo cooler. And I'm like, oh, wow. All right. I need this. When? Sold out. I'm like, okay, I can't have it yet. So I got to wait till it gets restocked. But they market themselves. That other band that I don't like to say their name because they're over marketed, but Maiden markets, and now they're putting names on they're like Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, Megadeth on beer cans. I mean, whatever gets your name out there, whatever sells. I'm all about memorabilia. I'm all about collecting. If you give me something to buy that I can put away and put it up and it's displayed, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
If it's cool, I got so much Maiden shit, so much shit that's in my closet I can't even hang up yet because I just like collecting it. I hoard it. And it's like, man. But yeah, your merch is Jesus. The t-shirts, you sit there and you look at the t-shirts, you're like, which one do I get? Okay, I want these 5. I got to narrow this down, and you
All
can't.
of them.
So that by the time you get done, I can't narrow it down. So I forgot to get one. And you go, oh, shit, I forgot to get a shirt that I was going to get the other day. That took me 4 hours to not decide on what I wanted. Thanks, Margie.
I'm the only person that has the sweatbands.
Yeah.
I have the Babylon Shake sweatbands. I have 3 pair.
Nice.
Wow.
And because I wear sweatbands. And Margie said, well, I don't know. She said we were just testing them. And she said I guess they were too expensive logistically, or at this moment they were a little too expensive for us. But she's like, yeah, you can have them. I'm like, yeah. And I can't tell you how many people go, oh my gosh, where can I get those? I'm like,
Where can I get those?
Yeah. Nope. I'm giving mine up. Nope.
Nope.
So I got one more thing I want to touch base on with real quick, because I know I guess the time's getting kind of short here. Chris already knows this, but Jeff, I don't know if he's relayed it to you and Gary or not, but you guys are also, in addition to just being great musicians and great people and everything you guys are doing, your band is also becoming quite an inspiration to some younger players out there. And, one of the young bands that I work with is very big on what Babylon Shakes is doing. And when I introduced them to you guys' music the first time, they were just like, wow, that's it. That's the vein we want to be in. You know what I mean? So, I knew Chris knew that, but I didn't know if the message had been relayed to you or not, Jeff. So just keep that in mind. You were definitely inspirational to some younger artists out there too.
Well, that's always exciting to us because, first of all, when we started this band, it wasn't only no drama, no egos, none of that crap, but it was also music. We said music isn't a competition. We're not in competition with anybody except ourselves. And if you're a musician, you're an entertainer. And with that, the songs that you write and what you feel about, you're supposed to enlighten and inspire people. There's no room for anything else. Anything else is just you're shallow or bitter or anything like that. I mean, it's okay to put your anger out on something, express it. There's a great number of great metal artists that that do that in a very creative, artistic way. But I guarantee you, the greats that do it are always feel that way. It's not a competition. And we're supposed to inspire, and it's not just an average listener. It's a musician too. I mean, we're musicians, but we're also music fans first.
Yeah, man.
Music fan first,
Exactly.
Yep.
Music just keeps us alive, man. It keeps me, and the good Lord, of course, but he made the music, right? So
yep.
that's the ingredient that God does to save us, in my opinion.
Yep.
Oh, easy.
Amen
Easy.
to that, brother.
So
It ain't drugs, it ain't alcohol, it's music.
yeah. Well, yeah.
But that adds to the music for whatever. Okay,
Well, again,
I'm the only sober one here, so you guys, I know.
Just again, it's just so you know what I mean. You are inspiring some younger musicians that
So
really, really are looking up to what you guys are doing. So keep it up. Keep it up.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Now, in closing, anything you want to say to the fans?
Just we're just incredibly, we're just so happy to be where we are, and to have so many wonderful fans and people that really have followed us. Social media is such a strange thing. I tell a lot of my friends this. It's sometimes you go along and you post things and you post shows and you post videos, and nobody's really interacting, and you think, well, nobody saw that, or they said, but you'll be at a show 2 weeks later, and people will come up to you and say, like, that video you posted 2 weeks ago, that was awesome, that was great. You saw that? It's funny because you never realize how what you do has a footprint, that people see it and pay attention to it. And it constantly amazes me. But yeah, I'm just so excited about where we are, and I'm excited about what we're gonna do here in the near future, and just very, very humble and grateful to everybody that comes to see us, listens to us, has us on shows. It's just it's incredible. I mean, I couldn't ask for more.
We love you.
That we do.
We love you.
Bottom line. You guys are real. And it shows. And the music's good. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Good people, good music, good vibe, good message.
Yeah.
Don't get any better than that, guys.
I'm hooked.
That studio show was amazing. Will, that was I didn't tell you how much fun I had.
That show was, I mean, the fact that it was the first one that we decided, to do out of the gate at the studio. I was sitting there all night just blown away by the energy in that room the entire night. Both bands, nobody really left. Everybody stayed. Everybody was vested in what was going on. And I can't thank you guys enough for even, being willing to do that show. And it was amazing. It was an amazing night, man. It was an amazing, the return of the brand, everything about that night worked out perfectly, man. And
it goes back to that whole Village thing.
Yeah.
It's like Pete and Glenda Sanchez, man, their daughter, like, took some photos of us that we still use this day, or Zeppelin, like, it was like vintage. It was so cool, man. It was just a great night. It was a fun night. And I just like to say that I really appreciate everybody's honesty. I got a lot of feedback at M3, for example, where a lot of people go, "You're not changing the name back, right?" Because I didn't like Lost Brothers. I really like Babylon Shake. So I'm so glad you guys. And I just laughed, and that whole name thing, that got a little misunderstood. Lost Brothers really was meant to be a side project, just acoustic only.
Right.
But I think at the time we really wanted to get away from everything and separate us. We really wanted to be separated from everything else that we were getting lumped into.
Right.
And I'm trying to be careful about that, because I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't mean to sound like, we're better than everybody. It wasn't like that. It's just we just needed that time to sort of go, wait a minute. We got to put our influences back into this formula and regroup.
And I think there's a blending.
And I know it's weird and confusing, and to certain people. I'm a marketing major.
Nope.
And so that drives me crazy, but it just had to be done, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all.
You knew it was Babylon Shakes because the merch kicked ass. Lost Brothers, Babylon Shakes, didn't matter. The merch was fucking incredible.
I'm gonna say something, especially the Blouse Brothers, because I heard it from a few people going. They went, I didn't like that yellow and black. It looks like
What happened?
and I'm like, I didn't think about that. Like, no wonder the purple goes over real well in Baltimore.
Yeah, you know what? That's because never mind. I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't want to piss people off. I got a lot of friends in Baltimore. So called, I guess. After this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're black and gold." No,
Yeah, no, I'm a long time.
but yeah, you guys.
I'm silver and black. I'm a Raiders fan forever. But anyway, good.
I think you guys needed that Blouse Brothers thing. You know, now it's changed. You know, what? Not really changed, but it's helped Babylon Shakes to grow.
Mhm.
Now you know where you guys are at. You guys know what direction you're going. You know, okay, we're comfortable with this, and I think we're bringing everybody along with us because so far everybody I've talked to is along for this ride.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's fully vested.
Go ahead.
No, that was it. Everybody's fully vested. That was all I said.
Last thing I was just going to say is just that our really goal is to put the music first, and by that, we have the means now with our studio, and Gary's literally built the studio. He's engineered the studio, records. We just want to make records, like a lot of records. Now it's like pedal to the metal. So we're going to do it as long as we can, and just try to until one of us can't do it anymore, I guess.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All right, so you have tomorrow, July 30th at Billikens in Fredericks, Virginia, with Storm and Norman.
Yep.
July 31st, Tim's River Shore, Dumfries. I always like that name. Every time I go by Dumfries, Virginia, you know, dumb fries, you know, whatever. I'm like, we always like take a picture of it. Look, we're at Dumfries, Virginia. You're with Storm and Norman there too. Apple Fist, Gibson, North Carolina, that's on August 21st. September 17th, Rusty Nail at Ardmore, PA with Rat Rod.
Yeah. Yeah.
September 18th, Bar 13. September 25th, Bendy Q. October 29th, Mainline Brewery, Richmond, Virginia with Crystal Vision. And of course, October 30th at the Masquerade. Now, one question about Masquerade. What y'all dressing up as? It's going to be a surprise because you're all dressing up, right?
We were talking about that a while back, but we never settled on anything.
I got some ideas, but we have
good. Okay, good. You know, because it is a masquerade, and all the bands I talk to, I'm always pushing. Hey, you're gonna dress up. You're gonna play the part. I mean, it is a masquerade. So cool. Man,
Get the ass out of my face. Come on.
the cat's saying bye. But anyway, check out Babylon Shakes page. I will be giving links out. I will be posting the links tomorrow about Facebook page, Spotify's, whatever, merch. God, I think that's like 14 links now. They couldn't fit it all under one link, so now it's like link. But check out their pages. Check out their tour dates. They're adding as we speak. Just get out there and see them. They are fantastic. Anybody who knows. And if you don't know, get out there and find out, and then you know. Simple.
Just look us up on YouTube and start from there.
Yeah. Check out YouTube and start from there. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you, Will, for being here.
Thank you, brother.
This has been a great conversation. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the road. And I will see you Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, Will.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. Cool. Rock Metal Radio. Be there Saturday. And all right. Thanks, guys.
Don't take
Thank
care.
you for your
time.
Love you, brothers.
Love you. Take care.
See ya.
Oops.